If you're a videographer, filmmaker, or content creator, you've probably felt it. The industry doesn't feel the same anymore. Clients are cheaper, competition is increasing, referrals are dying, and no matter how good your videos look, it's getting tougher to stand out. The truth is, the world of video has changed. The tools, the platforms, the way people consume, it's all evolving faster than ever. You see, in the past, creativity alone was enough. The best visuals, the cleanest color grade, the most cinematic edit, that's what built careers, but not anymore. And more on that in just a minute. Now look, if you click this short video, it's because you want to grow your video business. So pay attention because we've entered a new era, ones the experts are calling the creative intelligence era, where AI, automation, and marketing intelligence are rewriting how value is created. In this new era, attention is the currency and intelligence is the multiplier. The world no longer rewards the best videographer or filmmaker anymore. It rewards the ones who know how to connect their work to revenue, the ones who translate creative into growth, the ones who've evolved from just making videos to building systems that scale businesses. You see, the question isn't whether this shift is coming. It's already here. The only question is, will you evolve with it or get left behind by it? You see, 5 years ago, I was just like most videographers, overworked, underpaid, editing, shooting everything that literally came my way, only relying on referrals. I didn't lack talent. I just lacked the guidance and intelligence. But then I learned one truth that changed everything. If you truly want to grow your video business, you need to become more than just a videographer. This is your moment to evolve from videographer to video marketer to creator to strategist. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to take advantage of this new era and show you how you can land your next 5 retainer clients in the next 45 days using our ads and AI systems. Just like G, he went from $7,000 per month in his video business, struggling, not being able to land more dream clients consistently, to scaling to $50,000 per month while getting his clients amazing results. And Chris, who went from being a videographer shooting events and personal brands to closing 3 new retainers in just 30 days of implementing what I'm about to cover. Now, I do want to be transparent. Just because G, Chris, and I were able to get these results doesn't mean you will. I mean, after all, I am the creator of these systems. So I do want to make that very clear because there's a lot of gurus out there promising the world, and that's not me. So I can't guarantee that you're going to get results like us, but what I can guarantee with 100% certainty is that if you're a videographer stuck between $5,000 to $10,000 per month, then everything that you're about to learn will increase the chances of you landing more clients and growing your video business, especially as we step into this new era. Just like Haley, who was stuck in her videography business and was able to hit $28,000 per month within just 3 months of implementing everything without any prior experience using our ads and AI systems. Or like Sebastian, who was working as a server at a steakhouse while building his video business. He didn't have any prior experience with ads or AI, he just knew how to make videos. Now he quit his job a few months ago and recently just landed a $36,000 contract and is well on his way to hitting a $30,000 month very shortly. So in case we haven't met yet, my name is Julian Corzo, and I run a coaching business where we help everyday videographers help their business in this new creative intelligence era. In the last 15 months, we've been able to help over 100 plus videographers scale their business to a multiple 6-figure per year run rate. So if you're looking for the best way to grow your video business without having to go back to school and spend years to get a marketing degree, work 10 plus hours a day just to scrape by and pay your bills, and finally without having to take on every single project that comes your way simply because you have to, instead of doing it because you truly want to, then this short video is just for you. I'm going to be showing you the 3-step system that everyday videographers are using to actually grow their business and have a great career. Now, if you stay and watch this video all the way to the end, I'm going to send you a plug and play step-by-step framework so you can follow specifically for the 3rd step, because that's where most people actually struggle the most. Now, there's 3 reasons on why becoming a video marketer is so powerful. 1, it uses your current skill of videography and filmmaking. Your services are in massive demand in an exploding market. And 3, it takes advantage of the new creative intelligence era. Now, here's why videographers are struggling a lot right now. 1, they're offering the wrong thing to the wrong industry. 2, they're spending way too much time on projects that just aren't paying them enough. And 3, they don't have a predictable way to generate leads from qualified business owners. And 4, they don't know how to prove that their services are actually providing an ROI, which as a result is causing you to lower your prices just to close some clients, take on everyone and anyone who comes your way, even if you don't really want to, do more work than you normally have to for less money, and stay stuck in the same place for months, if not years, questioning whether or not this is for you while seeing other video businesses rapidly grow. Now, why do you need to niche down to an industry and offer the right thing? Well, certain industries will simply just pay more, and you'll be able to actually help them out with your services. You see, you can take 2 paths. 1, offer the wrong thing to the wrong market, or 2, offer the right thing to the right market. It's going to require the same amount of work for both, but one is just going to yield a lot more money, success, freedom, and growth. Alex Hormozi says this all the time. Make sure you pick the right vehicle because certain vehicles will be a lot more leveraged than others, meaning the wrong offer and industry won't result in much growth with the amount of work work you put in, right? So for example, for that, 1 + 1 = 2. But if you pick the correct industry, it can result in a lot more growth with the same amount of work, right? So 1 + 1 = 8 instead. You see, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. So you want to make sure that you have the right foundation and are working with the right people so you can have more success. So let's dive in and evaluate what are the best industries to go after using 6 core metrics. The first one, we have unitary gain. Second, resources needed. 3, profit margins. 4th, demand. 5th, fulfillment, and 6th, deal type. So we're going to be covering the 5 main industries every videographer knows. First, let's start off with weddings. So let's talk about the unitary gain. The average cost for a wedding videographer in the US is about $1,000 to $2,500 according to recent data we've researched. So in order to make $120,000 per year before tax, that would be around 60 weddings at an average price of $2,000. That's a minimum of 1 wedding every single weekend. Now let's move on to resources needed. It's pretty moderate. You need good gear, a lot of travel, hours and hours of editing time, hard drives. You need multiple cameras or even shooters and assistants for higher end weddings. Let's talk about profit margins. Many sources that we've researched indicate profit margins would be around 40 to 70% for wedding videographers. Again, this depends on if it's just you or you're hiring people and just renting out gear. The next one is demand. There's definitely steady demand here. Every year there's many weddings happening. However, the market is very saturated and many videographers compete here. Now let's talk about deal type. These are mainly one-time gigs, so you just film the wedding once, deliver the product, and then done. I actually started off here when I got into videography. I shot a handful of weddings and honestly, I absolutely hated it. You definitely need to love the actual craft of documenting things. And honestly, I was just much more into the social media and business side of videography than the actual filmmaking side. It is a good entry market if you're just getting started, but if you do want to build a real business from it, it's very hard with weddings since it's low, stable, recurring revenue, heavy workload, and very competitive. And it's very hard for people to justify a bigger price tag for a wedding because there's no real ROI attached to it. It's not necessarily a must-have for people. It's just a nice to have. And you want to make sure that you build your business on a must-have. Next, let's talk about music videos and the entertainment industry. So let's go over unitary gain. Can potentially be very high for label budgets, but honestly, 95% of projects will be very low budget. On average, you'll probably get paid $1,000 per music video. So in order to make $120,000 per year before tax, you would need to shoot 120 music videos, which is a lot. Let's talk about the resources needed. Definitely much higher here because you may need more creative equipment, lighting, crew, set, workflows, and the risk of clients paying late or not paying at all. I've seen this happen multiple times. The next is profit margins. It's hard to generalize here, but likely lower if you're doing custom production, heavy post, and you manage multiple creative demands. This is exactly what I'm talking about when this isn't leveraged. These projects can sometimes take hours and hours of work, but will only result in around $1,000 in profit, which is horrible. Let's talk about demand. It definitely has niche demand. Not every artist budgets for big videos, and competition is very hard in this space as well. Let's talk about fulfillment. Very complex. High production value, set logistics, a lot of creative revisions, client demands, and very heavy on post-production. Deal type, usually one-off projects, honestly rarely recurring. I've done music videos for $1,500 before that took so much work in my time to fulfill that it took away from other projects. This is not worth it at all. And yeah, it could be cool, but it's super high risk. It doesn't give you stable income for building an actual business. Now let's talk about e-commerce brands. Depending on the size of the brand, you may charge anywhere from a few $1,000s to tens of thousands of dollars for video content packages. So that's great news. Resources needed, moderate gear, a lot of lighting though, possibly studio space, heavy on motion graphics and the post-production side as well. Profit margins can be good if you systemize and create repeatable workflows, but you'll still have to deliver full productions. Demand, definitely strong for now as e-commerce brands always need fresh videos for ads and product launches, but AI is now creating crazy product videos for a fraction of the price of hiring a videographer. So it definitely isn't going to be as strong moving forward, which is not good for longevity. Fulfillment, more scalable than weddings and music videos because you can build templates and repeatable processes around it, but still production heavy. And deal type, mixed, often one-off projects, but definitely more opportunity to secure monthly content retainers, which is good. This is a good industry to be in. I used to do a lot of product shoots, but the longevity is very questionable because of AI. But so far out of the 3, I would rank this as number 1. Now let's talk about personal brands and influencers. Unitary gain could range widely. Lower for smaller coaches, moderate for bigger influencers and personal brand. On average, you're going to charge between $1,000 to $4,000 per month, which is pretty good. Resources needed. It's pretty easy to create when it comes down to the production side, but it is a lot more heavier on the pre-production. So like the strategy, the ideas, and the scripts. Profit margins, high profit margins since majority of the time it's done solo solo with an editing team, but time is the biggest cost here. Demand, pretty high. Everyone wants to build a personal brand, but not many people have the actual budget for it, so that's a problem. And many will result in cheaper options or just figuring out how to actually just do it on their own. And I'm actually seeing more and more people just bring it in-house or just them trying to build out their own team. Fulfillment, I would put it around moderate to hard. It requires fast turnaround times, a lot on the ideation side, lots of revisions as creators can be very picky. And deal type, usually retainers, which is great. So personal brands actually have a high upside if you build long-term relationships and you have a lot of like really good editors, but it is chaotic and emotionally draining if you juggle too many clients. Like I've been there, I've done that. They want every video to go viral and you're at the mercy of the algorithm, which means if your client is boring, then it's hard to get them to go viral. And if you aren't making them go viral, then it looks like you're doing a bad job. I do like this industry though, if you are very obsessed with organic content and you have a lot of experience with just like script writing and overall just love the art of helping people go viral. It's definitely a good industry to be in. Next, let's cover real estate. Unitary gain rates can vary from basic packages that are $300 up to $2,500 for premium real estate videography. But I've actually helped a lot of real estate media companies and their average prices were around $1,000 to $1,500. Resources needed, it's actually a lot lower than many other industries. You just need a camera setup, drone, and an editing software. Profit margins could be decent if you keep costs low and use efficient workflows, but you're most likely going to need to bring on a shooter and editor when you want to scale, which can cause margins to drop a lot. Demand, it is very high in many markets as real estate videos are just a standard nowadays, but competition is crazy high here. This market has become very, very saturated. The people who can do it for very cheap. Also, AI tools are coming out that are creating awesome videos for these realtors for a fraction of the price. Fulfillment, relatively easier, usually single property shoot, shorter edits, less creative revisions, and then deal type, mostly one-off projects, but you could sell a retainer for social media content. This is a great place to start off in the beginning stages, but it's not a great place to scale. There's people who will do it far cheaper than you and undercut you. Also, AI tools are coming out replacing a lot of creatives. Now, I'm sure you can see why it's so important to pick the right industry to work with. It can literally make or break your business. And I'm sure you can see why so many video businesses are struggling to grow and hit $20, $30, even $50,000 per month in their business. So now let's discuss what type of industry you actually want to go after. You want to go after one that allows you to charge $2,000 to $5,000 per month. You want to go after one that's going to be here for years to come as well. You want to go after one that doesn't require massive resources and big teams. You want to go after one that is highly profitable. You want to go after one where your services are in demand. And most importantly, you want to go after one where you can actually provide real value. And the industry that fits all of that criteria is local service-based businesses with a high average order value. You see, the unitary gain for here is high. You can charge much more because your value is tied to the business outcomes. If one of your videos helps a pool installer close a job, that job can be worth like $35,000. So there's a much higher chance of delivering a real ROI, hence why you can make much more. Resources needed, very low. It's very similar to real estate. You just need a camera setup, microphones, that's really it. Profit margins high because fulfillment can be streamlined. Demand huge. Local service businesses literally need marketing. They need content and video, and many are underserved. Fulfillment, it's easier to systemize. You can create packages, workflows, and can use AI to help out with a lot of things. Deal type, great because you can sign long-term retainers or even get paid based on the outcomes you deliver. The truth is, most local service businesses are stuck in the past. They're still relying on outdated marketing tactics that simply just don't work anymore. Right now, they're desperate for someone who actually understands how modern marketing works. Someone who can come in, bring them more customers, and help them grow. And that's where your opportunity lies. You see, you already have the creative skill set. All you need to do is package that into an offer that delivers real results. That way, you can provide massive value to these businesses while still doing what you love. And that brings us to the offer. You see, most creatives are trained to believe that if they just get better at their craft, if their edits get sharper, their visuals cleaner, better gear, then naturally their business is going to grow. But that couldn't be further from the truth. You see, as videographers, we've been conditioned to think that creativity alone will separate us. When in reality, what separates the pros from the rest isn't the quality of their footage, it's the clarity of their offer. And this is where most videographers fail. They're simply known as the video person. They shoot weddings, music videos, business promos, real estate, whatever comes their way. But here's the problem. If you're only known as a video guy, you'll be treated like one. You'll always stay in the friend zone. You'll pitch a $5,000 project and the client will look at you like you're crazy. Why? Because the market has changed. We've entered what I call the creative intelligence era, where AI tools, better phone cameras, and endless information have made video production more accessible than ever. You see, 10 years ago, video was actually rare and it was really valuable. Today, anyone with an iPhone can record in 4K, post online, and go viral overnight. So if a business owner can film a quick video on their phone that gets 10,000 views, but your $3,000 video gets 500 views, you can see where the disconnect begins. And the disconnect comes down to one thing: money proximity. To understand this, you need to understand the value ladder. At the top of every business, there are 5 key outcomes. 1, attention generation. 2, lead generation. 3, appointment generation. 4, sales generation. And 5, revenue. Now, I want you to ask yourself, where do most videographers stand? Usually, it's right at step 1, attention generation. And that's exactly where I used to be. I remember one client paid me $8,000 for a set of corporate videos, a brand video, testimonials, and some other social assets, and I poured everything into them. Perfect lighting, color grading, composition, and then I delivered them. And that's it. You want to know what they did? They uploaded the videos to a YouTube channel with 10 subscribers, and those videos barely cracked 100 views. So they paid me $8,000 and I couldn't even generate attention, let alone sales. Even when I later helped clients get millions of views because I owned a viral content agency as well, I still couldn't prove that my content brought results. And that's when it hit me. If you can't connect your work to ROI, clients have no reason to keep paying you. And that's why videographers are stuck, because today everyone can deliver level 1 attention. AI tools, freelancers, and cheaper options flood the market, driving prices down. The only way to escape that trap is to climb the value ladder, to move closer to the money. The closer your offer is to generating revenue, the more valuable you become and the more you can charge. And that's why the key to scaling as a videographer isn't just creating better videos, it's creating ROI-driven offers. Because when you stop delivering videos and start delivering growth, when you stop focusing on color grading and start focusing on client ROI, you stop being a videographer and you become a video marketer. So let's start by covering the most common offers to sell as a videographer. Now, before I do, these offers are all things that I used to sell myself, but also the most common ones that other agencies are selling as well. Let's start with the most common, the monthly content package. This is where you promise to deliver a set number of short form videos every single month so your client can post consistently on social media. It sounds great on paper, you're creating consistent content, you're on a monthly retainer, it feels like progress. But the truth is, this offer sits at level 1 of the value ladder, which is attention generation. That means that you're helping the client get seen, but not necessarily paid. And because the results are vague, like views, likes, engagement, it's almost impossible to tie your work to an ROI. So when the client's videos don't go quote unquote viral, they're going to start questioning your value. And that's why this offer, while popular, often leads to high churn and low profit. For example, one of my clients, G, he was stuck at $7,000 to $10,000 per month offering content packages. And he was also a bit burnt out because he was delivering over 100 pieces of content every single month to his clients. And if you delivered more than 100 videos per month, then you know it's not easy. Coming up with the ideas, the scripts, managing editors, revisions, etc. It's a lot of manual work unless you have the right systems in place. We actually switched G's offer to the one that I'm going to be talking about shortly, which allowed him to go to $7,000 to $50,000 per month in his video business. This offer is still great to sell though, just for certain clients. Usually these clients are the top dogs in their industry, so they don't really care about more leads or growth. They just simply want to build their brand on social media. And honestly, it's good to have a few of these clients under your belt. Now, quick tip before we move on to the next offer, do not charge based off of how much time it takes you or your team to deliver the service. You never want to do that. Also, don't charge per video. That's stupid. You need to understand the value that you're providing and the time you're saving them. You're handling the marketing strategy, the ideation, the scripting, pre-production, production, and post-production. So the pros of this offer is recurring work, creative freedom, and predictable schedule. Now, the cons is that it's hard to prove an ROI. You could be easily replaced by a social media manager if you aren't getting them results, and it's high churn. Next, we have the branded video, the cinematic piece that lives on your client's website or YouTube channel. This is usually a one-time project, a high-ticket deal upfront, but then it's over. And while these videos look amazing and feel meaningful, they're only valuable if people actually see them. If that video lives on a website that gets 100 visitors a year or a YouTube channel with 10 subscribers, it's not moving the needle. So even though these packages are typically higher priced, the offer still sits between somewhere level 1 and level 2 on the ladder. It creates attention, maybe some awareness, but it still isn't close enough to revenue generation. And that's the problem. Without traffic data or measurable conversions, you're back to being just a video guy again, trading hours for dollars. I actually have a friend who owns a local HVAC company, and he was going to hire a videographer to create a branded video and ads, but he did not want to pay $5,000. So guess what? He created it himself using AI. And he actually showed showed them to me and they actually came out really good. Like, it was better than what majority of videographers would produce. It's kind of crazy. And it only took him a few days and a $20 subscription to create this video. And he's not even an AI expert. So imagine the types of videos AI will be able to produce in just a few years from now. The reality is, with these types of video packages, it doesn't really require much strategy. What you're planning is just the shot list and angles and making sure that it looks good. So you're basically just a shooter, shooting what client wants. And really any videographer can do that. So the pros of this, it's higher ticket projects. They do look really good on the portfolio and your resume, and it's good for credibility. Now the cons, one-off projects, limited scalability, no measurable ROI. You're very replaceable here, and AI can now start creating these types of videos. Now let's look at my favorite offer, the offer that's not only scaled my video business, but the offer that scaled hundreds of other videographers. This is what I call the ROI offer, a monthly content package paired with a done-for-you ad system. Here's what that means. You're not just filming content, you're building an actual growth system. You create the videos, set up the ads, you track the performance, and you optimize for results. So instead of saying, I'll make you great videos, you're saying, I'll help you generate 30 to 50 qualified leads a month with video. You see, that shift instantly moves you from level 1 to level 4. And that's what separates videographers from video marketers. With this offer, you can prove ROI with numbers, not feelings. You can justify higher retainers because you're directly tied to sales, and you can retain clients longer because they see measurable results every single month. But most importantly, this offer will allow you to still focus on the creative side. Here's the thing. There's lead generation agencies that only focus on running ads, but the ads that they run for clients are basic, just static images or just shitty videos. Then you have the videographer who creates awesome videos, but that's it. So once you marry them both, you become so freaking valuable. So use your video skills to create awesome ads, and then learn how to actually run the ads, which really isn't that hard in today's day and age, and you'll deliver amazing results. This is the most scalable offer in the modern video industry because it lets you use the skills you already have while positioning yourself in the highest money proximity possible. So the pros of this: high recurring revenue, measurable ROI, scalable systems, easier client retention. The cons: it does require you to learn marketing and ads. You see, the difference isn't how creative you are, it's how close your offer is to the money. When you climb the value ladder and make your videos part of the growth system, not just a deliverable, you immediately separate yourself from 97% of videographers who are stuck at level 1. And that's exactly what the ROI offer allows you to do. So now that you understand how to structure your offer, let's talk about getting clients, because here's the truth. Most videographers and creatives know how to get clients for other people. Like, they make great videos for brands, influencers, and local businesses, but when it comes to marketing themselves, they freeze. And I get it. I was there too. But here's the thing. You need to learn how to generate leads for your business, or else you'll be in this constant revenue roller coaster where one month is great and the other month is horrible. You can't do that. You don't want to live a life that is that chaotic. You'll also be forced to take on clients that you know aren't the best fit, but you need to take them on anyway because you literally just need the money. And I know for a fact that we've all been there where certain clients are literally the worst to work with. They take up all of our time, but we still need to fulfill for them because they paid us. So in this section, I'm going to walk you through the strategies you can use to start generating leads. Real leads from businesses that are actually willing to pay you to help them grow, but most importantly, allow you to pick who you want to work with. So let's dive into strategy number 1, which is cold outreach. Now, this is where most people start. It's where I started. You can cold call, cold message on Instagram, cold approach in person, or cold email. Back when I was getting my first few clients, I would literally cold call local business owners and realtors and offer them a free video. I even cold email thousands of business owners. Once they said yes, I created the free video, I built a relationship, and then I tried to sell them. And listen, this still could work. It's proven in the past. It's simple and it's free. It's a good way to start off. But here's the downside to it. You're going to have to message or call 100 people a day to make this work. It's simply a volume game. And the reality is you're going to get rejected 90% of the time. And some of those free shoots that you do might not even turn into anything. And most of these business owners are already getting 20 cold pitches and scam calls from other people every single day. They're just tired of it. They can tell when you're trying to pitch something. So because of that, I'm not really a fan of this strategy at all. Like, think about it. You're constantly trying to convince people of your value. You're always starting from a place of weakness. So while you could grind your way to your first few clients with this strategy, it's not a long-term strategy at all. Now let's talk about the second strategy. And this one changed everything for me. This is the same system that's generated over $2 million in revenue collectively across all of my clients. I'm talking about our inbound marketing system and our own ad system. Before I explain how it works, let's talk about why inbound is so powerful. You need to understand something. It's always better to attract than to chase. Like, think about it. Even in relationships, when you chase, people pull away. When you attract, people come to you. It's the same in business. When you have the right brand, the right ads, and the right content, clients come to you. They want to work with you because you've positioned yourself yourself the right way. That's the entire point of an inbound marketing system. Instead of spending your energy convincing people to work with you, you build the system that does the convincing for you. It prospects for you, it nurtures leads for you, and it sells for you. Once it's built, the system brings you qualified leads every single day. Business owners who already know who you are and what you do before you even get on the call. And here's the best part. This is the exact system that you'll also use for your clients. So when a prospect goes through your funnel, books a call, and asks, well, how do I know if this is going to work for me? You can confidently say, well, how did you find me? Because they went through the exact funnel you're going to build for them. The system literally sells itself. That's proof of concept. And here's the truth. If people don't know who you are, what you do, or what you offer, how do you expect to land clients? We're living in the creative intelligence era where attention is everything. If you're not building your brand, if you're not marketing yourself, you're invisible. And if you're invisible, you're done. Because all the attention, all the opportunities, all the market share will go to the people who did. Now let's break down how this actually works. It all starts with Instagram. Think about this as your digital storefront and your landing page. When somebody visits your profile, it should immediately communicate who you are, who you help, and what results you deliver. Because here's the truth, you attract who you are. If your Instagram looks cheap, you'll attract cheap clients. If it looks premium and intentional, you'll attract premium clients. And the people already winning in business, the ones making real money, they want to work with other winners. So your job is to make your brand reflect that. And that's why we focus on optimizing your social presence so that your Instagram not only looks professional, but also attracts the exact type of high value business owners you want to work with. Once your Instagram is optimized and positioned correctly, that becomes your foundation. From here, we can start building the rest of your inbound marketing system, the machine that runs 24/7 and brings clients directly to you. Step one is creating a high converting ad creative. And the first thing that you're going to need to do is create a really good script. This video should call out the exact type of business you want to work with, present a clear offer that solves a real problem, include strong social proof like show results, testimonials, authority, and be shot and edited to high quality standards. Because the ad is the first impression people have on you, so it needs to feel premium. You want the right business owners to see your ad and immediately think, this person gets it. Step two, set up the back-end system. Now that you have the creatives, you need the infrastructure behind it. This is where most videographers fail. They think running ads means throwing money behind a video and waiting for calls to come in. But the truth is that never works. You see, there's a science behind a proper marketing system. It's what we call the customer journey, the process of turning a total stranger into a paying client. And that journey requires trust. See, if you're not building trust, nurturing the lead, following up with them, and guiding them step by step toward a decision, your ads aren't going to convert. And that's why your backend system matters more than the ad itself. So step three, let's talk about what you need in your backend system. Here's what every proper system must include: email automations to nurture leads and send reminders. These emails contain information about who you are, what your business does, and the testimonials. SMS automations, instant follow-ups and reminders. CRM to track leads, calls, and conversions. Appointment setting framework, scripts and workflows to increase booking rates. Calendar integration so prospects can easily schedule calls with you. And a KPI tracker to monitor performance and improve over time. Step four, measure what matters. Think of your KPI tracker like a financial dashboard for your marketing. You want to know your ad spend, your cost per lead, your cost per booked call, your conversion rate from call to client. Because what you measure, you can improve. And if you're not tracking, you're not optimizing, you're guessing. Running ads isn't about creating a nice video and hoping it performs. It's about building a system that educates, nurtures, and converts. When you combine premium ads with a strong backend, automations, and data tracking, you're no longer hoping for clients, you're engineering consistent demand. A lot of people think they need to spend thousands of dollars on ads just to get results. But when done the correct way, you can do it with less than $1,000. Meta's algorithm has gotten insanely smart. It knows exactly who to show your ads to. You just have to set it up the right way. When your system is structured properly from the beginning, the algorithm does the heavy lifting for you. And here's the best part. You don't need any prior experience running ads. Most of the students inside of our program had never launched an ad in their life. Yet they were able to set up the system in just 5 days, launch it, and start booking qualified calls within just 72 hours. In fact, many of them closed their first retainer client within 30 days without spending thousands of dollars. G spent $800 and closed 5 clients. Chris spent $300 and landed 2 clients. Adam spent $300, booked 5 qualified calls and already closed 1 of them. And he has 3 more calls still in the calendar. And Haley spent $1,000 and closed multiple clients back to back. The point is simple. If you do it right the first time, the chances of you getting results immediately will skyrocket. And you'll be able to avoid the trap most people fall into, wasting money, guessing, and praying that their ads work. Now that you have the right offer, the right industry, and you're generating leads and closing clients, it's time for the most important piece of all, fulfillment. But here's the the reality. If you're not delivering an ROI, if you're not generating results for your clients, then why would they refer you to others or continue paying you every single month? You see, retention is built on results. And this right here is where most videographers fail. They deliver videos and that's it. But that's not enough anymore. To truly grow your business in this new creative intelligence era, you need a system behind your fulfillment. One that handles everything from onboarding to content strategy to ad execution. So your client doesn't just get videos, but growth. There's a lot that goes into world-class delivery. Seamless onboarding so clients feel confident from day one, proper contract and agreements to protect you and your time, structured check-in calls to maintain alignment and build trust, clear content strategies that align with the business goals, and flawless ad setup and management to ensure every dollar spent brings measurable returns. This is what separates videographers from video marketers. This is how you move from being just a video guide to becoming a trusted growth partner. Our AI delivery engine is designed to automate and streamline a chunk of the fulfillment process, not just the manual tasks, but also the strategic and intelligent ones. It helps you create a super in-depth marketing strategy, create all of the content ideas and scripts, and analyzes the performance of your marketing campaigns, provides feedback, and creates data-backed decisions. So you can deliver higher ROI in less time without hiring a huge team. This is the future of fulfillment, a system that allows you to scale faster, deliver better, and give your clients the kind of experience that keeps them renewing month after month. So let's take a step back for a second. You now understand why most videographers stay stuck. They're trapped at the bottom of the value ladder, trading time for money, delivering video instead of results. You've learned how to identify the right industry, one with real money proximity, and how to structure an ROI-driven offer that makes sense for both you and your clients. You now understand how to build a client acquisition system that brings leads to you every single day, not by chasing people, but by attracting them through a professional brand and a proven ad framework and the right backend automation. And finally, you've seen what true fulfillment looks like, not just handing over videos, but using systems, strategy, and AI to actually generate ROI. This is the difference between being a videographer and becoming a video marketer. Because the truth is, the industry is changing faster than ever. AI, automation, and competition are rewriting the rules. Those who cling to the old ways will get left behind. But those who learn to adapt, those who master offers, systems, and fulfillment will rise at the top and stay there. And right now, the biggest opportunity in the creative space isn't about making prettier videos. It's about building a business that grows because of them. That's exactly what we help you do inside of our program. Inside will help you build your ROI offer step by step. The same offer that's producing $2,000 to $6,000 retainers will help you set up your inbound marketing system, the exact system generating leads for clients every single day. We'll help you construct your AI delivery engine, automations, fulfillment systems, and client dashboards that deliver measurable ROI. You'll get access to all of our scripts, templates, and backend systems so you never have to start from scratch. You'll learn how to attract the right businesses, close them confidently, and deliver results that keep them paying you every single month. So if you're interested in learning more about our program and how we can help you close 5 retainer clients in the next 120 days or less using our ads and AI system, then I want you to click the link down below and apply to see if you'd be a good fit. So here's the question. Do you want to keep being the video guy, chasing clients, undercharging, and starting from zero every single month? Or do you want to become the video marketer, the growth partner who charges premium retainers, gets inbound leads, and delivers real ROI? Because the ones who understand this shift, who take the time to build real systems, will dominate the new creative economy. And inside the program, that's exactly what we'll help you do step by step, system by system, until your video business becomes a scalable, profitable, and predictable machine. I'll see you in the next video.